Yeah, hi. Welcome everyone. This is chapter 1 of Mathematics for Engineering Technology 2, Introduction to Differential Equations. My name is Rama Yusvana. So in this chapter, we are essentially learning the language of dynamics. There are several objectives for this chapter. Number 1 is to be able to model physical situation by converting a real-world phenomenon, physical or scientific phenomena, into differential equation. That's why we call it ordinary differential equation or partial differential equation, because we're dealing with changing real world phenomena, whether it is physical or biology and other natural phenomena. And second objective is to be able to identify the grammar of equation. By that I mean whether it is an ordinary differential equation or partial differential equations, PDE here. And then later on we talk about the order of the differential equation, and finally the linearity of the differential equation. Number 3 objective is to be able to prove solutions by balancing the equations using mathematical substitution. It will become more clear later on. And objective number 4 is to be able to master initial value problems to move from general family of curves to specific solution. That's what we mean by saying solve the particular equation, which means we need to find specific solution, specific function, specific identity of the equation of the function. So what is differential equation anyway? By definition, differential equation relates functions, its independent variables, and one or more its derivatives in the mathematical forms. It is the mathematics of changing or dynamic quantities. By that we mean natural phenomena of temperature changes or population growth or object movement or motion in general. So in algebra we familiar with function, but that function is static mass. Whereas in differential equation, the function is a expression of a dynamic phenomena. So it's written typically, for example, dy dx, meaning the rate of change of y with respect to x to be as the independent variable. So essentially, differential equation is translating real world into mathematical expression. So mathematics, in this case, differential equation is the tool that we use to model those dynamic physical situation. For example, the time rate of change is perfectly an example. It's perfectly captured by the derivative. For example, the rate of change population of human or even bacterial population can be written as, for example, dp with dt, rate of change of population with respect to time, is written as, for example, k times p, k being a constant, unknown constant, and population is represented with letter p here. And then another example is the rate of which an object cooling down, it can be written by Newton law here. Rate of change of temperature, in this case cooling, is proportional to the difference between its temperature and the surrounding or ambient temperature. So in this case, the difference in temperature is written in this form, T minus the temperature of the surrounding, and it is proportional. It's written as like so, but with an addition of a constant or unknown constant that we need to find out what the value of this constant. Therefore it's equal sign, because we don't know. Otherwise, instead of using equal sign, we'll have to write a proportional. Usually it's written like this. Something is proportional, dy dx is proportional to let's say the difference in temperature in this case. So there are two types of differential equation. Number 1 is ordinary differential equation. By that meaning the function or differential equation involve of only one independent variable. So many students get confused. What is independent variable? Well, to easily remember that it is independent. What is an independent variable? For example, time. Time is independent. You cannot control time. You cannot increase it, reduce it, or stop it. So it's independent. So, time is an example of independent variable. Okay. Another example maybe the 3D position of an object, space, the 3D space. Okay, it's an example of we can make it an independent variable. So ordinary differential equations typically written in the form of Leibniz notation, written in the form of Leibniz like this, which we often see before in the previous semester. The square y over the x squared, okay, and then dy dx, okay, or another form. This is not the rate of change, this is not differential, but this is the whole thing here is the example of differential equation function, being x in this case in the bottom, okay, being the independent, okay, in the denominator part here is the independent variable. So it can be a time or whatever. In this case, x could be a position and so on. And the other way to express differential equation is by using a prime notation as written here. Okay, this is also a way of expressing differential equation. Okay, in this case, y double prime means the second derivative of second order of differential equation. So okay, this is the first order. Later on we will talk more about that. The other way of expressing it is in the form of subscript notation. This is rarely used, so I don't need to go through. But other way of expressing is by using a dot notation like this. It's particularly useful if you're studying physics. Many of the textbooks, physics textbooks, will use the expression like this, using dots expression, dot notation. The other type of differential equation is partial. We call it partial differential equation. The difference with the ordinary differential equation is that it contains multi-variable function, okay, and their partial derivative. So this partial derivative or partial differential equation is typically used to model or to express complex phenomena involving more than one independent variable. So if you only use one, for example time, then that's considered as ordinary differential equation. However, if there are more than one independent, very important here, independent variable. If it is more than one, for example, there is also space, okay, position, and that's partial differential equation. So it's typically written in this notation here. We call this, I believe it's called del. Okay, del. My pen is not working at the moment. So this heat equation is an example of partial differential equation containing multiple independent variables. So partial differential equations are typically covered in advanced courses, but from now on we focus primarily on ordinary differential equation. As mentioned, the first one of the important things to be familiar is the order of differential equation. Typically people call it order. So for example, first order meaning is the highest derivative of that function is in the level 1 or the first order, like this example. Okay, dy dx plus 3x squared equals to 0. So that's particular differential equation, because it contains derivative, is an example of first order. The second example here, x squared multiplied by y double prime minus 2xy single prime plus 2y and so on, is an example of second order, because the highest derivative is 2. Again, that regardless whether you see a 3 here, okay, this is not order, this is an exponent. My goodness, my pen is not working. I need to pause this video, try to fix this stylus problem. Okay, so and the third example is a third order differential equation, because the highest derivative in this case has 3 level of differential equation, okay, as written here with prime notation. Whether this is has an exponent of 5, for example, in here, okay, this doesn't mean it's fifth order, but you have to pay attention, okay, at the derivative sign. What is the highest of that derivative? That become the order. Okay, what's the difference between order and exponent? So I already mentioned, okay, exponent before. Yeah, for example here y single prime notation to the power of 3, yeah, plus y double prime equals cos t. So this is an example of first order, okay, because the derivative, okay, written in this prime notation is at level 1, so this first order, regardless whether it is to the power of 3, having an exponent of 3, okay. However, sorry, this whole equation here has the level 2 as the order because of the highest is y double prime. So this is an example of second order, regardless whether there is an exponent, okay, of 3 here. Okay. So exponent of 3 is simply the first derivative is raised to the power of, is the third power. Okay, it does not make it the third order. Like says here. Okay, so this is second order. Next thing you need to be familiar is the linearity, linear versus non-linear ordinary differential equation. So we call it a linear differential equation if we have, okay, it is in this quite strict format. The dependent variable, usually y, okay, it's dependent because it depends on the value of x. But the x is here is usually time, for example. Okay, whatever the time now, that's the value of y. Keep changing, and it's called dependent variable. So it is it is linear differential equation if the dependent variable and its derivative, meaning y single prime or y double prime, must be exactly first degree. I mean, so if it is double prime, then it is second degree. Okay? But it is linear if the dependent variable and its derivative is on the first degree. Notice here the word degree, not the first order. Whereas the nonlinear ordinary differential equation break this rule. The variable are multiplied together. They're being multiplied. Okay, let's highlight it. Either multiplied or raised to the power or placed inside another function, for example sine, cosine, and so on. Okay, so for example here, this is all in first degree. Okay, even though the order here, the order is second order. Okay, but the degree or the exponent, yeah, same thing, is at the degree of 1. Okay, that's why it is called here, whether it's the dependent variable and its derivative, whether it is second derivative, second order, first order, and so on, must be exactly on the level of 1, yeah, 1 degree or 1 exponent only. Okay, let me just come back to this example. So this is 1, again, exponent to the power of 3. So is the exponent, is in other words, is the same as degree. Okay? 1 level of 1 or raised to the power of 1. Okay? Exponent 1 is this degree, not the order. So this particular example here, y double prime plus 3y single prime plus 2y equals to xex is all in the first degree. It is not. Can also be written like this in power of, again, to the power of 1. Okay, y here to the power of 1. Okay, everything. However, if it is written like this, for example, yeah, y single prime to the power of 2, then it is no longer linear. Okay, or the dependent variable is being squared, then it is also not linear. Dependent variable squared, or the dependent variable is placed inside another function, for example sine y. Okay, so then it becomes non-linear. Yeah, number 1 is being multiplied, number 1 is being squared, it's mentioned here, raised to the power, for example to the power of 2. Okay, and multiplied or being placed inside another function. That makes it non-linear. So one more time, what determines the linearity of differential equation is that the dependent variable, okay, the one that is changing, okay, because it's depending on the independent variable such as time. Yeah, so in this case typically written in the form of with a variable y. So this dependent variable and its derivative must be exactly on the first degree, not the first order, but the first degree or exponent, like. So for example, in this particular equation here, the dependent variable y here is on the second degree because it is being squared, okay, or being raised to the power of 2, having an exponent of 2, and it is a dependent variable y, okay, x being the independent. So that breaks the rule, that becomes non-linear. Okay, and then the second example here, y the derivative y single prime to the power of 2, okay, and that also break the rule, plus it is being multiplied, okay, with another, okay, derivative y multiplied by y prime, that break the rule, that becomes non-linear. And then in the third example, y double prime, this is level 1, yeah, it's going to be linear, but it is inside another function, for example sine, okay, that becomes the non-linear because of it is breaking the rule, it's being inside of another function or transcendental function. So this differential equation form the mathematical foundation of nearly every major scientific disciplines, whether it is physics, engineering, biology, or thermodynamics. So for example, in the example here, first example, the motion of an object with a spring can be written with this differential expression, express notation. D square y over dt square plus k square y equals to 0. Okay, in engineering, for example, electrical circuits, okay, of in this case the current I are here, and the time with respect to time being the independent variable, and I here is the dependent, can be written as d square I over dt square as the independent, multiplied by r of di dt, I here rate of change of current with respect to time, yeah. And then this is the second derivative, yeah, rate of change of current, yeah. And then E here represents, I think this is electrical strength, yeah, with respect to time. In biology, for example, population growth or microbial growth, okay, for example, can be written in this expression here. The rate of change of population, the number of population is proportional to the difference between P population itself and with the current population, rate of change of population, okay, and multiplied by n, and the constant, unknown constant here, okay. Similarly, in thermodynamics, again, rate of change of heat can be written in this form, in this differential equation using second derivative as the notation. Okay, the solution of the function is a function that perfectly balances the differential equation itself. So that becomes the solution. However, okay, there are two types of solution. Number one is general solution, and number two is particular solution. We call it general solution because we don't know one of the how it contains an arbitrary constant, which is in other words a fancy word of saying we don't know what's the value of that constant. So if it is this function, for example, okay, x cubed plus c, so c here become the unknown constant or arbitrary constant, so it can be 2, 3, 4 and so on. So the graph that was originally looks like this, okay, in the red line here we know exactly the value of c here, okay, for example, okay, x cubed plus 1, so the c is 1. However, if we don't know, yeah, so we can written as x cubed plus c, and the look of the graph can be any of these gray curve here. It's similar, but it can be above, below, and so on, but the general shape looks the same, like the main. This is the one that is soft or having a particular solution. Okay, so particular solution applies to an initial condition. To apply initial condition to find a specific value for c that represent one exact curve. So one exact curve, in this case the one that is highlighted in red color. Okay, and one of the condition is at point 1.2. Okay, that describe the function to be x to the power of 3 plus 1. So how to verify? Yeah, sometimes one of the question is asking you to verify whether or not this particular function is a solution or not, okay, to a particular differential equation. Okay, so just like in algebra, you can always check, yeah, by doing substitution, okay, and put it back together in the original equation. For example, you ask to verify whether this particular function y equals to x multiplied by e to the power of x is a solution. The question is asking you to verify, meaning to check, yeah, is a solution to this differential equation. Okay, so this is the solution, okay, which is normal function containing no derivative, yeah, no prime notation, no dy dx. That is the solution to the differential equation such as y double prime minus 2y single prime plus y equals 0. So the way to verify is simply by find the derivative of that function. So if this is the function and if this is the solution, you just try to find the derivative sequentially, first derivative, second derivative, third derivative, and so on, and then substitute it back into the differential equation that is being asked. So the derivative of y in this case, the first derivative is e to the power of x multiplied by x plus e to the power of x. This is simply the product rule, yeah, product multiplication between x, yeah, x and ex. So it is sorry, my pen is not working. So but it is a product rule. So you apply product rules, you get e to the power of x multiplied by x and then e to the plus e to the power of x. Similarly, you need to do the second derivative because the question, the differential equation that being asked contain the second derivative. So you do the same to find the second derivative and you get this expression. And then what the next thing you need to do is simply to substitute that derivative into the original question. Okay, so original content is y double prime. So what is double y double prime is written here, ex to multiply by x plus 2 after you've done the product rules, and then minus 2y, okay, minus 2y prime. So y prime is e to the power of x multiplied by x to the power 1 plus y itself, which is this one here. Okay. So see whether or not it equals to 0. Then if it is equals to 0 and stated in the problem, then yes, that particular function y equals to x to the power of e to the power of x is the solution. So you can see here, so the equation balance out, so you confirm or you verify that it is the solution. Sometimes you are asked a problem containing, you asked to solve the differential equation using a given initial value. Okay, for example, like in the previous graph, previous slide, you're given an initial value of 1.2, okay, coordinate 1, 2, okay. So you're given that initial value, okay, and then you just have to plug it into the differential equation. Okay. So initial value problem, nail down one particular solution, meaning, yeah, particular solution, not general solution, okay, from the general family. The rule is an n-order differential equation requires n initial condition. Well, for example, this is first order, so require one initial condition. If it is second order, then you need two initial conditions. So phase one, you need to find what is the general solution of a differential equation. For example, y prime equals to 3x squared. So this is an example of differential equation. What is the general? By general, remember, it contains unknowns. That unknown is usually written in the form of letter C. So in order to find the function, of course, we have to integrate this function. Okay, so the integral of 3x squared will give you x cubed plus a constant, unknown constant. So this is the general solution. In order to find the particular solution, you need to substitute with the initial value that is given. So for example, initial value, initial condition is at x equals to 1, the value of y is equals to 2. So you just substitute the value of x and y into the problem. Okay, in this case, x equals to 1, so 1 to the power of 3 plus c, and the value of y equals to 2. Then you can work out the value of c to be 1. So this gives you particular solution rather than a general solution. So what are the summary for this particular section or chapter, if you like? Okay, number one, differential equation model dynamic systems, the system that is changing, having a rate of having a certain rate of change, and in order to solve that is you need to find a function that balances the equation. So differential equation expresses the dynamic system, and you need to find the solution in the form of a normal function if you like. Okay, there are two types. Number one is ordinary differential equation, where ordinary differential equation contain only one independent variable, and it's usually written in the form of variable y. Independent variable written in the form of variable x, because it is independent. And partial differential equation contain multiple independent variables, so it's not only x but also some other. For example, normally if it is ordinary differential equation, it contains independent variable t or time, whereas partial differential equation, the independent variable consists of more than one independent variable, whether it is position, space, and so on, temperature. That requires partial is categorized as partial differential equation. And then we also learn about the order and then the exponent. Okay, the order, the degree or the exponent, same thing, but the order is different, and as well as the linearity. Okay, so these are some of the terms that you need to be familiar. Okay, order of a differential equation is the highest derivative, and the degree or the exponent, if you like, okay, is whatever the highest exponent, whatever the exponent or the degree. And if the differential equation is linear, the differential equation must be strictly first degree, meaning it is raised to the power of 1. It doesn't matter whether it is y only or y single prime or y double prime, all of them must be exactly to the power of 1 or exponent of 1 or having a first degree. Then it is linear. However, if the dependent variable is being squared or it's being multiplied with each other, then makes it non-linear. Or it is inside another function, sine, cosine, and so on, that makes it non-linear. Solution of a function, solution of a general solution, general solution contain parameter c unknown, okay, and this creates a family of curves here. And particular solution use an initial condition in order to pinpoint what is exactly the particular function is, to pinpoint the exact behavior, meaning the shape of that function. Here are a couple of practice questions. Okay, so for example, the first one here, determine the order and the linearity. Okay, the order, if you remember, is the highest order of that derivative. Okay, in this case, the highest is simply 1. So this particular function is having the order of 1. And then the linearity, this whether or not this is linear, well, y being the independent variable, y being the dependent variable is being powered or being raised to the power of 2, that makes it non-linear. And also this is being multiplied, y is being multiplied. Okay, the dependent variable. If you go back to the slide, it is the dependent variable, not the independent variable, for example x here. The second problem, where you are asked to verify, to show or verify that this particular general solution is, this is a general solution to this particular differential equation. So just like before, just have to take the derivative, take the in this case only one time, take the first derivative and then substitute everything, see if it is balanced out or it's equal to 0 in this case. Then that's how you verify whether to verify is a solution. Okay, in this case a general solution, because there is no initial value problem. If they give you the initial value problem, in this case at least 1, because this is first order, then you can find a particular solution, specific solution. Another example is to find the solution or to solve the differential equation, as long as they give you the initial value, or initial conditions. So for example, find the particular solution of this differential equation given the initial condition of x equals to 0, the value of y equals to 4. Okay, So just like before, in order to solve a differential equation, you just have to take the integral, okay, to give you the expression in the form of y. Don't forget you have to add letter c, and then plug this x and y value to that. That should give you the value of c. That will give you the particular solution. That's it for now. Until next time.